2020 Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Gina Angelozzi-Gazo.
Good evening, parents, students, administration, and guests. My name is Gina Angelozzi-Gazo, and I was the Teacher of the Year in the 2019-2020 school year, and it is my honor to speak with you all here today. I embarked on my teaching career 10 years ago. In my young 20s, I worked diligently trying to get into the education field. I failed my teaching exam several times because my nerves got the best of me. After finally passing, I landed my first teaching position in Cherry Hill as a long-term middle school substitute. The students were challenging. The commute from Mays Landing was painstakingly long. Yet, I have to admit, I loved every single minute of it. During a time when several cuts were being made in education and the recession was making the job search bleak, I continued to substitute teach. Luckily, there was a long-term opening where a student taught. However, they chose someone else. Trying to find a high school history teaching position at the time seemed impossible. I was told on interviews, this is the wrong time to try to come into the education field. Maybe you should try to find something else. You don't even look like a history teacher, they would say. They're old, male, and typically coach sports. These ridiculous comments gave me the drive to prove these people completely wrong. Despite the negative climate, I continued to interview with optimism, enthusiasm, and persistence. As a historian, I always look to President Abraham Lincoln as my inspiration. If you do not know his story, he failed many times before becoming the United States president. In 1932, he lost his job. And in 1854 and 58, he was defeated in the U.S. Senate. Then in 1856, he was defeated for the nomination for vice president. Finally, in 1860, he was elected President of the United States of America. The important lesson here is that Abraham Lincoln never gave up. He continued to work hard towards his goals and dreams. And similar to Lincoln, I knew I could find a job. It would just take hard work and some patience. Finally, I landed my first full-time teaching job at Absegami High School. I loved my job so much, and I finally felt like my career was progressing. My mock trial team won the county championship for the first time in school history. Nevertheless, I hit another setback. At the end of an amazing year, I was brought into the office and told disappointing news. There was no longer a position available for me the following year. All these emotions came running through me: bewilderment, disbelief, anger, and shock. After dozens of interviews, I had landed another teaching position at Middle Township High School. I had to start all over again. New school, new culture, new staff, new everything. After finally acclimating to a new school, I was told at the end of the year again, due to budget cuts, there was no longer a position available for me the following school year. I had hit rock bottom. How could this happen to me? I lost my job not once, but twice. I continued to interview dozens of times over the summer, but was repeatedly passed over for jobs. Each job opening for a history position had over 200 applicants. I was then told about a job opening at Williamstown High School. Fast forward 8 years later, and I am at this podium speaking to you all today. As I look back on my life, I realized that every time I thought I was being rejected from something good, I was actually being redirected to something better. Overcoming life's obstacles led me to a successful career at Williamstown High School. I have my dream job where I get to educate students and inspire them to accomplish their dreams. Seniors, never forget the challenges you overcame this school year. They shaped you into the wise, level-headed young adults that you are today. If you can survive high school during a pandemic, you can do anything you put your mind to. You should be so proud. You earned excellent grades in one of the most difficult school years of your life. That is what I have learned throughout my life, and this is what I want to pass on to you all as you sit here today. Complaining gets you nowhere. Always keep a positive attitude, and any dream is possible. Be persistent. Do not ever give up and lose hope. Pursue your passion and never let anyone else's criticism prevent you from doing what you truly love. And remember what Abraham Lincoln once said, the best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. Thank you so much.